Good morning, everyone. Time to get that coffee ready because it's time for Never Mind the Furthermore. Let's solve your problems this morning as we wait for the bad weather to come in, okay? Yeah.
Thank you for watching Never Mind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also,
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
welcome to Never Mind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Oops. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Hope you're doing well this morning on this Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. We've got some crappy weather coming back into central Indiana. Hope your weather is looking good, at least for now. We're going to get up into the 50s today. I'm excited to go running around because that may be the last time for a couple days I'll be able to do so. But anyway, welcome to Never Mind the Furthermore. If you're watching us on the rerun or whether you're watching us live, we appreciate you all. Please leave a comment wherever you're at. And if you're here live, leave a comment in the chat. Y'all read it, and then we'll have a conversation together, all right? Unless you're a Russian bot. And then I can't talk to you. It's kind of one-sided. Anyway, let's start with the attitude of gratitude, and that begins, of course, with Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics will look of your book matters to you. Let's say you worked really hard on your newest book. You worked really hard on your newest book. Anyway, you've worked really hard on that book, and you've done everything you can for it, but now what you need is a great cover to help sell that book, right? So that's where you need somebody like Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. They are a highly respected name in the new pulp community, and when you see did you see the covers in the previous commercial? Now you know why. If you want to see more, go to the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page, and then pop on over to plasmafiregraphics.com. Look at more samples there, and contact Jeffrey Hayes directly and ask about his independent creator-friendly prices, okay? You'll be glad you did, and you'll be hiring him soon, trust me. We're going to be working on some stuff together, and in fact, he did the newest cover for my latest release, Captain Hawkland and the Skyhook Remnant. Check it out from Stormgate Press, and check out plasmafiregraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you, because it sure as heck matters to your readers. Also, we're part of the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network, 7 days a week of entertainment and enlightenment. So check out our schedule, make a copy of it, and please go to our Facebook page and give it a like. Also, we are powered by our Patreon supporters who are wonderful. We love them all. Thanks to them, we stay on the air and hopefully grow and help bring some people with us. But anyway, if you want to check out what we offer in return for your monthly financial support, and it doesn't have to be much, you get stuff for it. Anyway, your name could be on this card as well. But anyway, check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for all details. And enough about this. Let's launch into the comments and see how soon I can catch up. Anyway, it starts at 8:13. Holy cats! With our warm-up show host, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, whose show, the Historical Fencing Guild, runs every Friday night on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Check him out. He's a part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Happy Hump Day, Nevermorians! The surprisingly lovely day whispers of spring. Let's let that relative warmth encourage our creativity. I've been on that, Nick. You'll be happy to know. I am 3/8 of the way through a book I'm editing for someone, and we're lining up our notes for a novel we're going to write for someone else. And also, I'm planning a short story that I'm so happy with. It ought to be fun. But anyway, Nick, what are you up to, my friend? What are you doing? And chat continues Nick Tockert as we start with the NTF free show. And I plan my latest edition of my blog, Cyber Tacto, a Patreon exclusive. Nicholas is also a Patreon guy. Please check him out. Many of my supporters have their own Patreon pages. Please check them out. Nick's doing some great stuff on his. Anyway, I find myself thinking, combat. How do you write and approach violence in your writing? I am of two distinct voices. For the Simple Sword series of books, it is necessarily academic. I am instructing. But for my big stumpy robots, I can be more dramatic. That's how I treat violence in mine. But a lot of my stuff, since it tends to be contemporary fantasy, is really over the top violence. And there's like a lot of... I like to try to do a quick smattering of violence, because really fights don't last that long, like especially when it's life and death stakes. Real fights like that don't last that long, you know. It's like some of those MMA matches where it's the one of them is knocked down the first 8 seconds or so. But I think a lot of it will lead up. It's kind of a payoff, though, for a lot of emotional buildup, I think. And that's how I try to treat it, as, you know, instead of a joke, I'm letting them try to kill each other. But let's hear what you have to say about how do you handle violence in your work. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, says Nick Tockert. Thank you, Nick. Also, if you use multiple platforms, be sure to share to them, as your audiences may not all be at one. And hello, Nick, from Michaela J. Mwah, good to see you, sweetheart. Glad to talk to you last night. This weekend, I'm heading to Davenport, Iowa at QuadCon at North Park Mall. That ought to be a lot of fun. And after some research, I'm pulling back from social media for marketing and traveling other paths. Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel you have to try a lot of things, and some people do great with social media. I'm finding a little of my reach is not, it's the social media that's choking my reach unless I pay for it, which I'm not prepared to do at this point. But no, I don't blame you. And Michaela told me about some of the things she's working on. I'm really excited for them. And hey, Michaela from Nick. Really, Michaela, it's fascinating. What are you doing instead? And good morning to Carl Witzman. Carl, how you doing this morning, my friend? And while things like blogging on my website help the SEO and running ads, and using my YouTube channel and writing articles about me to my local papers and news stations, and that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, is sending out press releases to local media. Because you never know, somebody may want to bring you in for a book signing, or they may want to purchase your book through there. Here's something else I learned when I was first starting is get a hold of now, since I don't watch TV, I can only assume you'll have to do the research for your local TV station. But a lot of shows, especially over the air. I'm talking about over the air, okay? Like we've got was it LFI here in Lafayette for Nick and myself. Back where I was, it was WCIA, ITY, WDAN, and Danville Radio. You know, there's always a radio station or a TV station that has like a community outreach sort of thing where they interview local people. You can try to get on those shows, and a lot of those sites will then post the interview on their website and maybe even your web address, okay? So make sure that your website is optimized so that people can go to where they can buy your products, okay? And like it says, the opinions expressed on this program are those of the host, the guests, as well as the audience, and are not necessarily reflecting the opinions of the other members of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network or anyone else on this planet. But anyway, that's an idea. And also make sure your press kit is up to date. And morning, Carl. And Carl says those are all good parts of Michaela. Everything helps. Some more than others. Yeah, definitely. And good morning, Carl. And hey, yo, Pops Van Zant, how are you doing? Saw your post yesterday about getting dragged into the drama. I understand. Hope you can navigate it, my friend. Hope you can. And hey, Nick and Pops. And I think that sometimes writers and artists think that all they have to do is post a Facebook post or something, put something online. They'll just sell themselves. Nope. You're absolutely worthwhile to memorize what Carl just said, people. Like I keep saying, the days of publish it or open your doors and the money comes rolling in, that is over. We're done with that. That was over by the time I got in this race. Now there is so many people trying to get the consumer's attention that we have to be canny in our marketing. We have to be more of a scalpel than a broadsword. Now we got Nick involved, but anyway. We have to really be careful about crafting our message, how we present ourselves, always wear a fez, and the type of message we're giving out. And hopefully, and a lot of it is, I think, nowadays, not so much selling the work so much as yourself. So if they like you, they'll sample what you have to offer with any luck. Like I said, years ago, I was at a show in Indianapolis, and I gave this rather fact heavy and also joke heavy explanation on the differences between copyrights and trademarks. And a lady bought a couple of my books saying, I have no idea what you do, but I want to read what you write because you amuse me. So take that up. Anyway, good message, Carl. And Don and I had multiple articles in the newspaper, appeared on TV and radio, and still some folks would say, I didn't know you wrote. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Carl, that is so true. Heck, I don't, like my old high school, we had a graduation like a graduation reunion. Oh, it was about 3-4 years ago. And a number of the people there thought I was dead. So we had several photographs of people from our graduating class in Georgetown High School back then who have passed on to the next level. And some people were saying, why isn't Brian's picture there? And like, my friends who keep in contact with me are like, Brian's still alive. And I understand somebody got into a fight over it outside of there. Goes, no, Brian's dead. Brian's dead for sure. No, not yet. Yep, still going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. But anyway, there, like I said, Carl, I think that ties into what you were saying. There is a lot of competition for the hearts, minds, and attention spans of today's consumer. And, we've got to fight to get it. And unfortunately, a lot of times social media isn't helping. So, yeah, so here we are. But anyway, good words, Carl. Thank you for that so much. Once things warm up and settle down a bit, I'll be doing sword art and gaming demos. Excellent. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of your game modules come out from our mutual friends and you. Covfefe. So I'm looking forward to your output, Nick. I really am. And I used to be involved with a small radio show in Valparaiso, Indiana, but it is tragically defunct. Yeah, I've done media stuff outside of here too, and it went away. Well, it's like this was probably about 12 years ago now. I used to have a podcast over on Blog Talk Radio with my dear friend Kim Lockman. Fan Central Fancast that we still get people listening to that thing. It was a good show. Kim and I are still proud of the work we did, but it started out as kind of like a geek appreciation show. And Kim did it with some of her friends at the time who one by one started flaking out on her and leaving her in charge. And so she and I had struck up a friendship, and she's like, you're funny. You want to do a show? And I'm like, oh, sure. What the heck? So we did that for about 2 years. And then after a while, I had to take over the show. And what we did was we turned it in from a conversation show. We did occasional interviews. We got to interview Richard Hatch one time. That was fun. The late Richard Hatch of Battlestar Galactica on the streets of San Francisco. And then we did comedy skits together. And then she got a whole bunch. She's also a very talented painter. Please check out her work. Her name's Kim Lockman out of Belt, Montana on Facebook. But yeah, she's fantastically talented. But she had to do a number of commissions that were very important for her. And so I wound up taking over the show. And it actually was kind of a precursor to what we do here now. And then we did like a farewell show, and we were promising we'd get back together, and we still haven't. So I suppose there's some people waiting. We do talk about it every year or two that we ought to get back and do that reunion show. So, and I'm not sure. I don't remember my log on. I don't think Kim remembers hers either. So, but anyway, it's worth checking out. A lot of them were really super. They really were. And we had a blast working together. Michaela Jane said, yes, Carl, I can imagine. My kids, who are mostly young adults, don't watch local stations or much regular TV at all. It's mostly YouTube videos. Same with me. I blow a lot of time watching YouTube more than I don't watch regular TV. In fact, this week, we're probably going to go out and buy a DVD set that just came out. And that's kind of my reward for getting this manuscript edited. So Carl says, for us, we've done much better in the last 2 years than we did in the last decade. People stuck at home and craving entertainment, not out on the lake or barbecuing, etc. Yeah, 2020 and 2021, actually, my business grew quite a bit. Even though a lot of the shows were no longer happening. I mean, the first 2/3 of I shouldn't say that. I had like about a month in 2021 where we started having some shows. Then the next wave of the original COVID came through. Then nothing for most of the summer. And then in the fall, I was constantly going to shows. Now this year, I'm deliberately limiting my shows. In fact, I'm going to be not attending a couple that I really like, simply because one, I've got a lot of work, and I'm really eager to get it done. So plus I can't do that at home, or I can only do that at home, really. So so that's where I'm at. But I think I'm going to try to get maybe 2 more shows this year, and then I'm through looking, unless somebody reaches out to me and wants me to be a guest. Anyway, for the Small Press Publisher, Brian's thumbnail looks like Cookie told that she was in Karen Nicole's bed. Well, Cookie's been in Sarah's bed. That's okay. No, I thought that would be a fun graphic for me. It's like, what's grinding Brian's gears today? What's he upset about? But anyway, from this, the Small Press Publisher, check out that show on Saturday nights. Check out last Saturday's show where Jody McPhee tries to teach me DAWs, not DOS, but DAWs 3D, and I'm going to be working on that today, I hope. Anyway, glad to have you here, Joe, and morning all. Good morning to you, my friend. And everyone's laughing. And morning, Brian. Hope all is well with you and Cookie. We are doing great, and I hope everything is well with you. And it has that Barney Fife look of disbelief, the thumbnail that is. Probably anticipating how I bollocks up the start to the show. And Nick Tucker, morning, Jody McPhee. How are you doing? Quick question. Does DAWs only pose human models because a thing like that might be good for big stompy robots? Ooh, good question. Anyway, I'm still trying to smile through disappointment. Yeah, I know. Me too. And why are you disappointed? Asked Carl Witzman, and said DAW Studio can pose any rigged 3D model, so you have to make sure that all parts of the model are rigged correctly for the program. And yeah, that is good to know. I'm taking notes too. And good morning, Skunk Rocker, my brother. How are you? Hope your day is going well. And Carl Witzman, setback financially. Corporate taxes are almost done, but need to finish getting forms before I can file them and start on personal taxes. Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. Well, hopefully you'll bounce back soon. And hi skunk from everybody. Everybody's saying hello to the Skunk Rocker. And ouch, Joe. Yeah, I've not started mine. It won't be too bad, but they don't take out enough during the year. I need to fix that. And yeah, that was a short start to the show. My bad. But yeah, we did our taxes. We're getting something back this year. It's modest. but we're going to put it on the credit card so we can get Calgon. We're scoping out Calgon right now. Calgon, take me away. So and I'm thinking we're thinking of all the ways we're going to customize that thing so we can find it in a parking lot. So anyway, yeah. Says the skunk wrecker, I just did my taxes, probably going to get audited thanks to a paperwork screw up with my job. Oh, but, well, stuff happens. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And taxation is theft, says Comics Talk with Boss Van Zandt. One of the reasons I was off the grid for 20 years, it was not for comic people, and the goof, I still would be. Yeah, I've been kind of off the grid for the last 10. I mean, I report my income, modest as it is, because I don't want to get audited either. But no, it's, yeah. Well, taxation, I don't view it as theft as long as I'm getting something for it. Like, as long as the potholes in my interstates are filled, and we got big guns on the coast to keep the invaders out, I'm all for it. You know? So anyway, Scott Crocker says, I mean, it's kind of cloudy. It looks like it might rain, but it's not super cold today, so I guess it's okay. I can only imagine what your weather's going to be, brother, but it's like, I think we're going to hit the mid-50s by the end of today, and then things are going to go rapidly into hell by tomorrow evening, and then Friday morning we might be waking up to I think I saw in our local newscast that we're going to get, at this point, around 2 inches, but then again, what was it? Monday, I think it was. We were supposed to get, or Sunday, we were supposed to get like 2 inches, or no, an inch or so. And it is, aside from some very mild, flurries, like no accumulation whatsoever. It's the temperatures around here that are getting nasty. And good morning, sir. Good morning, Cameron Christopher Payne. How are you? Haven't talked to you in ages. Hope you're doing well. And good morning to you, Eric Hawkins. It's been ages, at least hours, or an hour since I talked to you. Hope you're doing well. And Glenn Fleming, as always. Brian, Glenn. How are you this morning, Glenn? And the Eric Hawkins enters, and hello, Glenn. And Willow Schuyler, mwah. Just saying hi. Just stopping in to say hi. Love you, folks. Hope your day is doing good. And same to you. Love you, too. And hope your day is going well. Tune into the Sideshow tonight at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time. Heather Bedore and I have a very interesting guest. Ooh, what a tease. Interesting. Anyway, we look forward to that. So check out Willow tonight. All right. And Scott Crocker says, I didn't realize that Nick asked the question. I'm not sure how to answer that one. Frankly, as far as I approach violence, it's awesome. I love your answer. And I put as much into it in my writing as possible because I generally write horror. There we go. Now, how do I write it? I don't know. Usually I think of something interesting that I've seen before then. I like to see and write down the way I visualize it in my head, I guess. I really don't know what to say. I think you said quite a bit there, man. It's like my own process. I kind of view it like a movie. I kind of run it and rerun the scene in my head down to the dialogue, and then work it up from there, as almost like I'm doing a novelization of the movie that's playing in my head, and all the people in my head are on their cell phones and talking through the whole movie. What can I say? And Teresa Dunn, good morning to you, hon. Good morning, Brian. Tomorrow is the day Albert goes into surgery. Please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Yes, Albert Dunn, Teresa's husband, is going into the hospital tomorrow for some serious surgery. But he will be much better when he's done. And anyway, please be thinking of Albert and Teresa tomorrow. It's going to, because I know from experience it's going to be trying on both of them. From Odessa Small Press Publishers, it is not taxes that is disappointing. It is the expense that happens just as I was doing them, and things have to wait till my next paycheck from 9 to 5. Oh yeah, I understand that. Sometimes you have to wait for payday. I'm that way with Social Security. So. And Carl Whitson says, I use violence after a buildup, as BKM said, like the roller coaster. It's the big slide after climbing up the hill. Exactly. That is great. And hello, Teresa from Carl. And I'm experimenting with YouTube Shorts. Last night, I did an art workflow short. Oh, good for you, Nick. That's cool. Yeah, I may go back into the BK Minutes sometime. I just haven't prepped for it yet. I need to do that. And Skunk Rocker says the WCIA, Women's Central Intelligence Agency, didn't realize the world of espionage was that segregated. It's very specific now. Okay, no, it's Central Illinois, and I don't remember what the A stood for, but it was Champaign, Illinois. Studios on Neal Street. I was on a couple late night programs on there because of when I worked in a comic shop. About 10 blocks north of there on the exact same side of the street. But yeah, it's pretty covert stuff. Not COVID, but covert. And just speed bumps on my road, brother. No navigation. Just roll over them anymore. Comics Talk with Pops Van Sant. Please subscribe to that channel. He's awesome. I love you. And but anyway, I got a little vague book here, Pops, but I got pulled in also. And but I'm glad to be. I just hope this is resolved as painlessly as possible, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And well, thanks for being here. You're out of here. And the worst part for me is the selling. I fail miserably in that part. Clint, it's one of those things where it's easy to do. Just brag about it, man. Just, because I know you're proud of what you do, and you do it so well. It's like, hey, I've got this work. I'm really excited. Like yesterday, check my profile page on Amazon. There is a brand new book. Let's see if I can call it up here. And while we're waiting on that, yes, and because I'm up there promoting everyone else, and while the screen is filling there, I want to get the title right. It's Oof Boff Splat: The Subterranean Blue Grotto Essays on Batman 66. We have one more. This is the final season, and in fact, let me do this. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Yeah, and so you have the correct spelling. All right. There's that. There's that. And let's put that in here. And there we go. And there it is appearing now. So I'm going to mark this so I can get back to figure out where I'm at. And, we got all kinds of cool people here. Yeah, so check it out. It is Oof Boff Splat. The Batman 66 Subterranean Blue Grotto Essays is now on sale, the third and final volume. And you can get that at that address on Amazon. Please check it out. And I will also, Michaela's got a comment there I'll get to. And there is the Facebook thing, so you have a link there. And it's part of... I love these titles. I really do. And I keep them here because I'm so proud of them. The first one is called Zonk Zok Zowie, and it covers the Batman film as well as the first season of the show, followed up by Biff Bam Eow, and I am in this one and the current Oof Boff Splat book. And I have essays on Vincent Price's first appearance as Egghead and how it looks to a hipper audience. And then the new one is about the last appearance of Louis the Lilac as portrayed by Milton Berle. And that's quite a show. Quite a show. But anyway, please check it out. Please check out those books. I think you'll be amused. And if you're a Batman fan, those are definitely things you must own. And anyway, Carl Witzman mocks us with this laughter to start with. Thanks, Carl. And says, I have that issue with a person saying they could not find me. Do you know how Google works? I am all over. Yeah, it's like I generally, even if you just put in my name without the middle initial, I come up on the first page usually. And if you do it with my initial, I'm all over the page. I really am. It's me and a Chicago dentist usually. And thanks for getting that bot, Eric. I was putting eardrops in the kids' ears. Oh, how's the kitty doing? How's the sweet kitty doing? And William Quinton, good to see you, my friend. Good morning, Brian. Some good news. Kickstarter funds came in. Yes, team is paid. Excellent. And Mixum says they're shipping books to me tomorrow. Sweet. I've been putting together bags and boards and prep for fulfillment. Good man. Good man. That's half the battle. I did one with Eric Hawkins' help about 5 years ago. And one of the best bits of advice I got was keep ahead of it. Like have your your shipping packages ready. Get those mailing labels together if you can. just basically have everything organized. And I did mine in waves so that the first wave was like, the main one was just getting the book. Some people got the ebook, the e-version of the book, so that went out immediately as soon as the campaign ended, and then sent out surveys. Then I got the money, so then I started sending out the like one wave. I'd say, okay, today we're doing like all the top monies. Then we're doing, we're moving around whatever fits me that day, into my schedule. So yeah, good for you, William. That's excellent. I'm so happy for you. And keep us posted on that. And I was on Z-Rock for a year or so in the late 90s, says Comic Talk Pops Van Zandt. I was a semi-regular on WLRW FM in Champaign-Urbana, Mix 94.5. Two DJs named Popeye Jones and Marge, not to be confused with the sports player, and Margie Roberts. And I started calling into the show because I had stupid things to say, and it got to the point where I was a regular shock caller that they would actually call me like very early in the morning because they knew I was up, and give me a list of what was going to be discussed on the show, and said, if you have anything, call in. So I would call in like 2 or 3 times a show with weird things. And a couple times I actually got to co-host the show with Popeye. So that was a lot of fun. I miss those days someday. And yeah, I met Richard Hatch myself, says William Quinton. He was a darling. And the funny thing was, he had arranged to do this interview with Kim and myself. And he was at a party, and so he slipped away for about 15 minutes so he could do this party thing. And it was, you can tell he didn't want to be doing this interview right there. And there he is, but he kept his commitment to us, and it's like, God bless the man. He was great. And then Comic Talk is saying hello to William and hey Pops and Glenn Fleming. You can put my Kirby DVD on your new player, Brian. What a debut! Wow. Yes, definitely check this out. We will run the ads as soon as we can because we got to catch up with the comments here. And Carl, eardrops in your kids' ears, is that code for something? Asked Eric Hawkins. Could be. And Scott Cracker says, oh yeah, so let's crack jokes about medical elements. There's not enough suffering in the world. We have to make fun of it too. Yeah, I know. We kid because we care. Is that it? Yeah, seriously. And geez, hurry this show up. I need to get back to all the drama streams. We're not going to talk about that, Eric. We're not going to talk about that. We've already vague booked about it enough. And everyone's saying hello and thank you for sharing Ryan Permisson. Not that we've shared Ryan Permisson, but Ryan has shared our show. Please do the same. We would appreciate it. And Grant Lakers, Beowulf is close to funding. Excellent. I got to get on that. And good morning, Nevermornings. How are you? Follow us at It's Nerd Culture at that Linktree address and help him reach 700 subscribers. And hello, beautiful Keisha Acuff. Mwah. Also part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and we love you. And hello, Michaela. And John B. Pica, I just got kicked out of the Conservative Geeks group for making fun of the racist, outraged that the new Lord of the Rings TV series has black elves. I have nothing to add to that, John. I really don't. I think that says it all. Anyway, johnpica.com. Please check out Back in the Cereal Box Network on YouTube. It's a sad commentary on the world when you are dinged for making fun of racists. It's like, oh, God, what a world we live in. Why is this filled with coffee and not whiskey? I'm asking you that now. One of these mornings. And Brian Rodman, good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermornings. Love you. What a hump day it is, my friends. Glad to be here and to be alive and with this beautiful Fez individual. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so glad you're here. And why did you say that like Davey and Goliath? Now, see, the thing is, Skunk, excuse me, you say that now. And there was an episode of Mad TV that had wonderfully, we were going to do a show in Peoria, Illinois, and we went the night before and decided to have a little night out at the casino there. And so we got into our room and we had gotten dinner, and I tuned on Mad TV because I really like the show. And the first, or actually, I was looking for some sort of entertainment, and I wound up on Mad TV, and it was a dead-on parody of Davey and Goliath. Remember those old claymation things from the 60s? Every every Sunday morning. I think it's at 8 o'clock on WCIA, which we mentioned earlier. And except it was like Goliath was the voice in Davy's head that urged him to kill. And it's like he empties a gun on these two lovers inside the car, and there's Goliath going, "It's okay, Davy. They were laughing at you." It was like, oh my God, this is wrong. I love it. We're watching the whole thing. But anyway, I don't know why I did that. And Ryan Permisson, check out the discussion on the finale of Boba Fett at that site there. It is wonderful. And I hope you all are well. We hope you are well too, Keisha. You are wonderful. We love you. And there is the Kickstarter for Beowulf 3, and also if you missed issues 1 and 2, you can get those there. Excellent issues. And thank you, Carl, for posting that. And Keisha, says Michaela. And check out the interview with writer Glenn B. Fleming. I've heard of him. He's awesome. Check it out at that address there. And Keisha from Carl in that tone of voice too. And Carl just flexing his mod muscle, posting links when no one else can. I can. I can do that. Anyway, we're glad Carl does. Thank you, Carl, and thank you, Skunk. And John B. Pica, tonight, tune into the back of the cereal box for a very special Book of Boba Fett series recap and review. Check it out on YouTube, back of the cereal box channel, and sign up and subscribe to that today. In case you missed it, says Ryan Permisson, check out the latest episode of Geek at Birth. Right there. Do it. And hi, Teresa. Good vibes your way. Thank you, Pops. Appreciate it. And yay, Carl. Michaela says, Keisha, says Carl. He's up to something. Killing bots as he goes. And in case you missed it, check out, and I quote, with Grant Lankard. He's awesome. Check it out at that address there. And Ryan Permisson says, and also check out the interview with Jim Beard of Flinch Books. And in case you missed those, check out Anna Maria Salvaggio. She's amazing. We love her. She is wonderful. We love you too, Ryan. And Brian Robin says, this week we dropped the last entry of the Princess Warriors webcomic on Patreon. That is a wonderful, wonderful strip. Good work on that, man. And all levels get to check it out and enjoy the series. My nieces and I have been working on this story for a while now. It's about 3 sister princesses whose parents are kidnapped by the sinister Maug the Mean, who lives beyond the forest of fright amidst the mountains of madness. It's Adventure Time meets Captain Underpants meets H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, minus the blatant racism and homophobia. And head to patreon.com/Brian Rahman and join the adventure today. That's good stuff, Brian. I'm proud of you and your nieces. That's beautiful. And Ryan Permisson says, if you want to be a guest on And I Quote, we are live Saturday at noon Eastern, but if we need to record, you can do that. They have friendly conversations. You can promote yourself. So sign up on that Calendly address there. And if I brag, I get Ted Davies on my case. Well, Ted could learn a thing or two about promotion too. You just follow me, young Padawan. That's all there is to it. I will teach you how to do this correctly. In fact, what you should do is tell your friends to run your video and to maybe shut up, maybe get some more coffee, maybe, take care of things, and to promote things like this.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line, see. And if you walk on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136, I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
And there you go. That Jack Kirby book is going to be going out live on Indiegogo very, very soon. Stay tuned and we will tell you more about it as the weeks unfurl. And Glenn, see, the thing is, what you do, I ain't afraid of Ted Davies. Let him bust my chops about promoting. What you do is you get your friends to do it for you, like me. And anyway, I'm not afraid of Ted. Christine, I hold in high esteem. She's a killer. She killed a man in Reno just to watch him die. And for this, a small press publisher, selling is more than bragging about what you did. It is an art form that I have not mastered. I can't say that I have either. I mean, I hear about these guys that you go up, you talk to them, and you make the sale. You go up and talk to them, you make the sale. I'm not that guy. And I know it's not that easy, but all you can do is just be yourself and talk about your product. And like if you're in a show or doing this, I'm very proud of the work I did for the Batman books. I haven't gotten my copy of the new one yet, but oof boff splat. But anyway, I'm very proud of the 2 articles I wrote. Was very happy with that, and had a lot of fun doing it too. And it's me doing snarky. I do snarky well. But anyway, if you want to check it out, check out Oof Boff Splat. The Batman 66 Subterranean Blue Grotto essays are now on sale at Amazon.com. That'll take you directly there. And also, please check out the other 2 volumes in the series. You'll be glad you did. And so will I. And Michaela Jade says, I am 10 subs away from having 600 on her YouTube channel. Sign up for author Michaela Jade's YouTube channel. Please do that today, and let's make this young woman's dreams come true. And happy new comic day, everyone. I'll be continuing to read trade paperbacks. Stay tuned. Looking forward to it, Ryan. Let's see. What am I well, it doesn't matter what I'm expecting. Oh, yeah, last week my comic monger didn't get his DCs. FedEx let him down badly. And so oh, poor boys. Anyway, all I had coming in, I think, was Superman, Son of Kal-El, which is one of my favorite books right now, but I'm sure it will be in today. We will find out because we're going to the comic shop today. And also, folks, do not forget that tomorrow night, assuming the ice storm doesn't kill all the power, that we will be having Comic Book Spectrum. That's right, Comic Book Spectrum, the comic book show for people that aren't that fond of comic books. We have fun anyway. But anyway, it'll be we gotta get an illustration now with Joe D. McPhee in it. But there's Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, Brian Robin, and Joe D. McPhee are regulars on the show. And it's MI, and we talk about the latest comic releases and do reviews and news on the industry. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And let's see, let's get that down, and because we got to talk to Pops, and Pops has this to say: vague book. I know where I stand. I obviously misplaced loyalty on both sides. I see the same people involved in the same stuff, or as we say around here, the same over and over left behind. I understand that. I watched some of this stuff is coming out on, it's being discussed. There's a couple channels who are doing a great job of it. I was watching one last night where basically it was like, I don't want to embarrass anybody, but here's some slander. And spending an inordinate amount of time on Terraform Comics without knowing what he was talking about. So I'm done with that one. Anyway, Ryan Permesson, bring Cookie home. Just watch Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, and I liked it. Any G.I. Joe trades I should check out. Eric Hawkins might be able to discuss that more adequately. You might come on to Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night and ask that question. But I know there are some trades, and my favorites are the old Marvels. I've read a couple of the new ones, 50-50 on them, to be honest. But there's also the Book of Joe from Flinch Books, edited by Jim Beard, that came out, and it's an appreciation of G.I. Joe throughout the decades, going from the original 12-inch action figures down to the smaller size down in the 70s, and the cartoons and the comics and everything. I think it might be a worthwhile book for you. Send me a DM, Ryan, and I'll get you that link to it, okay? Have a wonderful and productive Wednesday, everyone. Thank you, Ryan, and you as well, sir. How you doing on your writing, by the way? And from Nessa Small Press Publisher, my other channel, which I thought was unpopular, now have my last tournament fight up on it. So if you were into fighting games or the FGC community, check it out, or not. Pops can live without you. That's what it is. Pops doesn't. Or excuse me, that's not Pops. That's Jody McPhee. I'm sorry. But no, I was wondering because Pops was pretty open about his. I think as I was looking at, he's a couple of spaces down on the queue. I try to read ahead because you never know when a bot is going to be here to mess me up. But anyway, Jody McPhee says my other channel, which I thought was unpopular, now has my last tournament fight up on it. So if you're into fighting games or the FGC community, check it out or not. I say check it out and please give it some love and give from the Desolate Small Press Publisher some love too. If you want to leave a link for that, Joe, please do. And congrats on that, Michaela J says from the Desolate Small Press Publisher. Definitely something to celebrate, Michaela. And I have left no knives in anyone's back, tired of pulling them out of mine. I don't have any knives in my back, and I think my involvement is more along the lines of be careful. Because I do have friends on both sides of the equation. So, and I appreciate that. I really do. Like I said, I just hope this can be resolved. And thanks, Jody. And I am at 592, Michaela. You are passing me up now. There you go, Pops. She's trying to catch up to me. Because believe it or not, she's tired of looking at my backside. Then I get to look at hers. Anyway, woohoo! Great job, Pops. And the Hitman Blog Talk. Well, good morning, Howie. How are you? Good morning. I'm well. And I have a question. If preparing to write a small graphic novel, should I start by the description of the time, such as punk, what time, who does it take place? Well, if you're writing a graphic novel, you should give an indication of the time. It could be a caption. It could be like a newspaper left on a table. But if it does not take place in contemporary times, you definitely need to establish when it happens. So that's my thing. Let's see, description of the, and basically if you're doing a graphic novel, you need to give the artist and the letterer as much information as possible without overburdening them, so they can still make their contributions to the work, because comics are a collaborative medium and they work best when it is that way. So but yeah, you definitely should establish the time and place of your book. So, and the kitten stepped in the ashtray. Nice. Be back. Good luck. And the Hitman Blog Talk continues, or should I start out with the character bio, the background, and description of the character itself? I've seen it done both ways. Now, as far as your background and your character, unless you're doing it yourself, okay, if you're doing the whole job, does your artist need it? Does your artist need that information? Because there's kind of like this razor's edge, and it depends on which artist you work with. Like some artists want as much detail as you can give them, and then it's their job to figure out how to arrange it and solve the problem. And there are some that are just like, just give me the bare minimum of what you need and let me do the rest. So this is where you want to talk to your artist and establish, how much density does my script need to have? Sometimes when I'm not sure who I'm working with, or I'm not sure what it's going to look like, I will be a little more descriptive in it. Like if I'm working with somebody I don't know, it'll be fairly descriptive, even to the point of, here's how I would like to see the panels arranged. But if you have a better idea, I'm open to it. Whereas Eric, I write as little as possible. It leaves me more room for big captions that he loves, because then he doesn't have to draw backgrounds. Anyway, but definitely talk it over with your artist first and see what they need. Because you're both going to have to work up the visuals together. And, I don't know that they need like everything about the character, but just enough to come up with their look. And hi, Pops from William Quinton. Everybody saying hi. John B. Pica, you're a man after my own heart, says Brian Rodman. Mine too. JohnPica.com. Don't forget that. And whiskey and coffee should be a normal morning drink. Definitely, Keisha. I've been telling everyone for years that Irish coffee is the perfect food stuff, because it has all four major food groups: caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and fat. So it's like a breakfast spa in your cup. And I also shared it out, brother. My brother, Howie, thank you so much, my man. I appreciate it. I love seeing you here. It does my heart good. And I watched Davy Goliath as a kid on Channel 38, along with the adventures of Gospel Bill and the old black and white Zorros. Yes, indeed. Yeah, in fact, speaking of Zorro, I'm reading a book by Johnson Macaulay right now, who created Zorro. Interesting set of pulp characters that he's come up with. And good morning from Rick Bradley. Good to see you, sir. That was weird. Facebook brought up your episode from the 11th, and I was commenting on it. I didn't realize until you read a comment from me that I didn't type it out. Caffeine has not started working yet. Good Lord. And you drove to work. Oh, dear. And John Scarborough. Hey, how's it going, John? Good morning. John is, along with Skunk, is one of the regulars on Stupid O'Clock every Thursday night at 9 Eastern and 11 p.m. on Saturday night on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Also occasionally pops up on Last Man Standing with Dan Hallfield following each of those shows. It is good to see you here, Scarborough. Hope you're doing well, sir. Always glad to see you. It makes me happy. And Rick Riley says, did you know we would not have had the PlayStation without Nintendo? Come find out why on the newest show coming soon to the Rising Tide Network, R&D Gaming. Good copy. Author Rick Riley and his son Donovan discuss gaming through the years. Come join the fun. Excellent. Good copy there, Rick. And Ken was typing as I chased her across the keyboard. Must be a Russian calico. Oh, that's where the bots wound up. She's filled with nanites. Look out. And sorry for the mountain of text you just had to climb over. No, that's fine. And good morning, Cookie. Well, Cookie would say hello to you if she were here. She's out working hard for my money. Anyway. She'll be home soon, though. And Rick Bradley says, I also have an Amazon author page at that address right there. And that's where you can pick up the Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, and Tales of the Weird and Strange. 2 of those even have a certain fez-wearing awesome guy contributing. Matt Smith was doing stories for those? I must have missed those. I don't have to reread them. And Nick Talker says, well, Brian just told us to shut up. We know it must be done. No, 1,000 times no. No. Type more. That's how you get a long show. And don't you laugh at him and encourage him, Michaela. And Brian went, so if you love the old horror radio programs, check out the Terror Radio podcast. Every episode features 2 old horror episodes from programs like Lights Out and Inner Sanctum. It's so much fun. Oh, I love that old Arch Obler stuff. Those were so good. And Michaela J says, selling is making a person feel like they need what you're selling. Yeah, exactly. You should also think of it as solving a problem, which in this case might be boredom. You know, if you sell fiction or comics or something, if you want something new and interesting to read, I got it. You're lucky. You know, I always love when people come up to my my stand at a show and I'll ask them, what do you like to read? And they'll go, well, I like to read everything. I'm like, that's just what I write. Which is pretty true. Anyway, Brian Robbins says, on my continuing adventures in manga, I've recently picked up the manga version of Akira. Oh, yeah. I love the movie, but I've never read the 4-volume manga. I'm super excited to talk about that eventually on CBS. This week, I'll be talking about Demon Slayer Volume 1. I'm not sure what I'm talking about yet. It'll just make Ted Davies happy. It'll probably be a DC book. Might even be Superman. Who knows? But, yeah, I have to look. I'm thinking this week's going to be a good week. I think My Bad #4 is coming out. I love that comic. It is hilarious. I mean, I laugh out loud at that thing. And everybody knows that my soul is destroyed, so I have no sense of humor anymore. So anyway, yeah, I look forward to hearing about your adventures, Brian. And Ace Bonnie, good morning to you. The only comic book Brian got last week was Monkey Meat. Yeah. Yeah, I had to take my copy up too. Now I put it in a coffee grinder, and that's what we're brewing this morning. These are well-grown Arabica beans mixed with monkey meat. And if you don't know what monkey meat is, check out Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central on this channel. The funny thing is, Ace, we talk about that book in the after show. And it seems like the only person that didn't like it was Eric. Everyone else thinks this is the most awesome book. And I'm looking at that, and Eric has shown me pages from it. And I'm like, that's nice. Good for you. Anyway, Carl Wisman says, yes, Michaela, selling is never about you. Selling is about filling a customer need. Do you like scary stuff? I might know a book, especially if you are into cross-dressing gassing guys. And Jody McPhee, what games do you play? And Hit Talk Blog Talk asks, example, hello, my name is Edwin Burgess. I live in a very peculiar time. Hostile your convenience. I'm also a very unusual individual. Some call me a time traveler. I would like to think instead that I manipulate time. See, it's a new venture in the world of multiplicity and division. Okay, what I'm seeing there, if you want that, full page splash, your character walking in a different setting. Maybe the character looks out of place in the era, look a little anachronistic. Maybe they don't. But as they are doing something, or you start with, even better, start with action. And then you tell them, hello, my name is Edwin Burgess. I live in a very, and then next caption, I live in a very peculiar time. Hostile your convenience. Caption, I'm very unusual individual. Some call me a time traveler. And the next caption, I would like to think that I manipulate time. And then see, this is and then another caption. You could do that. You'll have the space, and you want to manipulate the captions in a way that the eyes just naturally flow. In this case, you might have your main character in the middle, and then have it, one set. We did about 6 captions there. One set runs down his left side, one set runs down his right side. Rather than try to navigate across this way, which is another good way to do it. If you put the character on one side, say the left, and then run the captions like that, but you stack them like this. Okay, guiding the eye is something that is very important to your story, and it's the artist's job as well as the writer and the letterers to do that same. So hope that helps. And on a tournament basis, Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Vampire Savior, and Street 5 from the desk of a small press publisher. I wish I had time to play games anymore. I miss those. And just wanted to get your opinion, all the great Ultra opinions, if this is a good way to start. It can be. Now, keep in mind, Howie, that if at all possible, let the artwork carry the story, okay? And make sure there's action, okay? Don't be afraid to tell your artist, okay, I want the guy, his fist bunched up, his face filled with rage. Pay attention to body language and expressions, because that helps sell the story. And it also gives you an idea of what your characters are like. Okay? And let's get Michaela to 669 subscribers. Eyebrows raised. I remember the day I hit 666, and I still am friends with Mandy, who got me to 666. And the thing is, she's a devout Christian, and she and I both were giggling about that. And yes, Ace, tell your friends, says Michaela. And Brian, you should do a share screen and live stream the writing of a short graphic novel, comic, then partner with a comic artist to do a sequel video on the process from the script. Nick, that's an excellent idea. And I am working with at least one artist right now on a story. And if nothing else, I might do like a script to page sort of thing where I put in the description and then put in the artwork. I'm working with Damien Waldron on something right now, and I'm going to be working with Eric on another thing, maybe 2 or 3 covers or pages rather. Yeah, that might be a fun thing, because I get a lot of questions from people about how to write comics. And the thing is, it's easier to teach you. I have an easier time teaching someone how to write a novel than I do comics, because I think, frankly, there's more moving parts in a comic page. And Davey and Goliath, classic Art Clokey before Gumby. Exactly, Joe D. McPhee. That's right. I remember those. And since you mentioned it, I've redesigned johnpica.com. Check it out, says John Pica, John B. Pica. And since you mentioned it, I've redesigned johnpica.com too. Check it out. And come join the non-toxic fun at backofthezerobox.fun. Definitely. That's a great site. John does a great job of managing his program, so they are fun. Driving half asleep is easy, says Rick Bradley. It's the working. It's a pain. Yeah, I know. And here I am doing my job. And from Desmond's Small Press Publisher, he's mocking Nick Tucker. He forgot the mistake that the one who remains nameless made many moons ago. Keep writing. Yeah, exactly. And Glenn Fleming says, Michaela J. Dad, everyone here needs my Kirby book and DVD. Coming soon. In fact, just over a week. There we go. See? There you go. That's how you do it, Glenn. And I need to review this. See, Super Spy Secret Agents of Glenn Fleming. I know that name. He's a good writer. He's awesome. He's a good guy too. But check that out on Amazon. And when I talk to somebody about buying my books, I always like to connect with them on a personal level, says Brian Rodman. I can't tell you how many good relationships I've started through a good conversation about theology or asthma. Customers aren't always just customers to me, and I really appreciate that in the indie scene. Yeah, exactly. I've had a number of, customers become my friends. So just imagine trying to make a new friend, okay? And I saw Monkey Meat 2, number 2, the other day and almost sent it to Eric, says Rick Bradley. Eric has probably had enough of people buying him comics. Last fall, his brother Brian and I were both bid in an auction. We won these 2 comics from the writer that Eric does not like, and we get Cullen Bunn, and so we gave them to Eric. Walked away for a minute, and so Brian and I put the comics in his workspace. He came back, and he didn't look real happy with us, but he knew who did it. And he knew it was the 2 of us. Nick Tucker watched Gumby and still have a Pokey on my wall of cool. Hey, nothing wrong with that. And just remember, I'm Gumby, damn it. And Michaela Jade coming soon from Michaela Jade. Oops, that's a secret. Stay tuned. And back to lurker mode. John B. Pica, always glad to have you here. Check out Nightreich on Amazon. That's John's new book, and it's awesome. And wondering if I should Lady Mechanica, the Monster of the Ministry of Hell, number 2, or Nubia and Amazon's number 4. You make the call. I don't know. That's a good question. You haven't, I don't believe you've done Lady Mechanica yet. I would vote for that. I would be interested in that. And Nicholas Tucker says, Joe D, you just made my day. Vampire Savior / Deathstalkers 3 is my all-time favorite Capcom fighter. Then Rival Schools and Radio Retro Future. Good day. Hey, good to see you. How are you doing today? Haven't talked to you in a long time. Love your channel. Check out Radio Retro Future. Good channel there on YouTube. And the Hitman Blog Talk says, excellent. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you as always, brother. Back at you. Love you much. Appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, it's really been trying to think about all this. I appreciate it, and I love you too, Howie. I really do. I miss you, man. There are some really good books on writing comics. I recommend one right now that you can get on Amazon, and it is by Paul Kupperberg. Kupperberg. Paul has written over 1,000 comic book scripts from Marvel, DC, Archie. He wrote the award-winning Life with Archie series for a couple of years, or 3 years actually, and then he's written novels, short stories. He's in I think all 3 issues of this series. And he's a good guy too, so definitely check it out. It's on Amazon. Howie, send me a link, a DM on Facebook, and I will find you a link to that on Amazon. All right, if you can't find it yourself. And from this Small Press Publisher, Akira is now in the official Street Fighter lore now, since she is in Street Fighter 5. I didn't realize that. That's interesting to know. And Nick Tucker says, I believe in interconnected content, so if you share the process of a couple pages, that gives you both an ad as a how-to and then link the finished product, you're going to be writing it anyway. That's true. Good thought, Nick. I will keep that in mind. And next time, Mama Donna is not allowed to go out with her sister while leaving me with the cat during Nevermind the Furthermore days. Carl, put your foot down, and she's got to realize what's important, right? And the Hitman Blog Talk, I would love to see Dr. Hugh in a steampunk scenario. Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun. And Brian, yes, from the Small Press Publisher. I did issue 1 on CBS, so it would be continuing on the series of CBS if you want. Okay, I forgot that you did that. That's right. Either or, then it's just, well, we could talk about. I definitely want you to talk about Nubia on the last issue, for sure. But whichever one speaks to you, or we can have one of our polls again. And good, would love to have you on the show. I would love to be had. I can be had. It's true. And Hitman, a great thing I fell into during a show was to paraphrase, don't forget, as a comic book artist, you are like a movie director with an infinite budget. Spend it freely. Excellent thought, Nick. But the Kupperberg book is one I found very interesting. And since he's done so much work, he He knows his stuff, and he edited one of my scripts one time, gave me some great feedback on it that I found very, very useful. So, like I said, send me a link and I will get that to you. And Radio Retro Future, also check out my first novel, The Wrench in the Machine, and the comic S36, The Call Girl. Well, you've got our attention now. And I didn't do the last issue of Wonder Girl either. Well, you got all kinds of choices in, Joe. Obviously, I'm open to anything pretty much. So, except like a comic book adaptation of Oh, did did that come out garbled? Oh, darn. Anyway, while we're getting some more coffee here, let's see what we do. Oh yeah, we need to have some ads up here. So let's reward Joe D. McPhee since he's here. Check out this guy's show on Saturday nights. You never know if it's going to be art, if it's going to be talking comics, if it's going to be talking computer programs. What? He's very entertaining. He's very smart, and it's Joe D. McPhee from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
You definitely want to check that show out. Very entertaining. You'll love it. I tried to catch it when I can. And let's see, I was going to check my comics for the week. Like I said, we are expecting Superman from last week, and today should be Batman, the last issue of Batman versus Bigby, Mad Magazine, My Bad, number 4, funny stuff. And Supergirl, The Woman of Tomorrow, number 8, the last issue of that series by Tom King. That has been so good. And let's see what's coming up this week. Anything else I might want to read? Well, we got Amazing Spider-Man, Nightwing, Flash. I think the Flash may have the Spectre in it. All kinds of good stuff from DC. King Spawn, the X Lives of Wolverine, new Hulk book, Green Lantern with Hal Jordan. That's going to be interesting because I know the writer doesn't like Hal Jordan. New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Superior 4. A lot of Devil's Reign stuff. Nubia, of course. Aquaman, The Becoming. A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, there's a title for you. And regarding the matter of Oswald's body, Cloaked look interesting. It's written by Mike Richardson of Dark Horse. That'll be good. And Knighted, Maniac of New York, Shadow Man, Blade Runner Origins, Ian Fleming, James Bond, Himeros, new Scooby-Doo, A Real American Hero, Saturday Morning Adventures. Oh, cool. New Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Number 114. Tara and Elvis, The Vampirverse. Vampirella, The Fictionauts. I love the title. Woven Heart, New Judge Dredd, Fully Loaded. Essentia, Touching Evil, White River Monster, Grim Universe, Strange Attractors, and, of course, Weekly Shonen Jump. So lots of good stuff coming out this week. So check out your comic monger today. All right, we've got more comments here. And here we go. Nick Tucker says, Brian Rahman, please message me the link to the Terror podcast. And Brian, yes, Nick. Do you know another game shop in the Lafayette area other than Sage's and best comic shops in the region? Well, I go to Blue Moon on Earl Street. I like them a lot. They've really treated me well there. There's also Vaughn's. I just love going into Vaughn's. Vaughn's is this crazy shop in Campus Town. They sell books, new and used. They sell jewelry, gemstones, dresses. No, I don't go there for the dresses. They never have anything my size. And comics. Wonderful eclectic comic selection. And all kinds of folderol relating to comics and pop culture. Also CDs and albums. And occasionally I get some really good buys in there. I went in what was it, 2 years ago, and they were trying to sell out of their reprints of the Spider Pulp books that I snatched those up as quick as I could. But yeah, Game Shop. There's Sages, yeah. The comic shop on South 4th Street, the old 231, at that crazy intersection. There is a Camelot Comics, I think it is, or something. I haven't been there in years. They've got gaming there too. Regional comic shops. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Of course, there's Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana. I love it. I hear there's an excellent gaming shop on the square there where you can find Comics Cubed. And one of these times we got to go over and check out Geek Street together. It's a fun place. So that's it. And aside from Comic Carnival in Indiana, I go there. I haven't been there in about 10 years, but one I went to was fantastic. Trying to think where else. There's a comic shop in Danville, Illinois, that's been open about a year and a half and still building, I understand. Nothing gaming over there. And then the closest is Champaign, Illinois, about an hour and a half from us. So, but yeah, best comic shop. I definitely would say Blue Moon, Vaughn's, and Comics Cubed in Kokomo, Indiana. So anyway, Book of Legends, that's brilliant, says the Hitman. And hands up those who just love Joe D. He's awesome. Me too. I love him too. He's great. He really is. And Joe D is a cool guy and fun to talk with. You can learn a lot from him. I do. Last Saturday, he was schooling me on DAWs 3D, and I'm going to be infiltrating Cookie's computer today. See if I can get it going on there. And if you want me as a guest on your show, let me know via direct messenger. Happy to pay it forward. Good deal, Ryan. Thank you. And to Ninja Genko, good morning to you, my friend. Morning to you. Hope you're doing well, and hope you are doing well. Cindy Cap, CKOEPP.com. Check her out. And we don't allow any fun in Danville. That's right. They stop it at the border, my God. And Skunk Rocker says, that was 30 minutes of my life. I'm not going to get back. What happened, Skunk? And it's all fun and games till Nazis get Steam. Check out the original Skyman Battles, the Master of Steam, available on Smashwords and Amazon. And what is it? Amazon, or not Amazon, but Smashwords just got bought up by Books to Digital. I'm still waiting to hear what changes are coming down the pike from that. And Skullcracker says, after making a delivery, they made me sit there and wait to verify that they had all of their controlled substances in, except they forgot to tell me when they verified it that I was okay to go. Oh, dear. So I just sat there for another half hour waiting. Oh, man. And you're on a schedule. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. And yes, you still need a schedule for my show, Ryan, says Joe D. McPhee from the Desolate Small Press Publisher. Do this thing. Do this thing, Ryan. Do it now. We'll wait. Anyway, like I said, we've got a new book out, just released, called Oof, Boff, Splat, and check the spelling, folks. It's important. The Batman 1966 Subterranean Blue Grotto essays just on sale yesterday. And yesterday when I checked it out, they were number 4 in one of their categories. So it's a good book. I'm joined by a number of other great writers. So you can check it out there on Amazon at that address there. So let's see here. And Volcana is ready to explode. She is on Amazon. And she's going to get a sequel later this year with any luck. And also big stompy robots. You got to get them because you need games in your house. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, your man right there. Thank you, Cindy. CKOEPP.com. Great newsletter. Sign up for it at that web address because she's amazing. And take a drink, Brian. Anyway, as Cindy gets more stuff ready for us, I know. We'll stay to your off break, Cindy. And I'm caught up with everything. So now's a good time to get your comments in. And tell you what, why don't we do this? And, I know, since we got Skunk and we have Michaela here, check out the work of Michaela Jade. She is amazing. I love her to death. She's a great writer. And listen, and if you want a trailer like this, contact the Skunk Rocker or Kyle Guthrie in his civilian identity. Anyway, we don't out superheroes here, but we're outing Skunk because he's amazing. Check out the Warriors Trilogy from author Michaela Jade.
secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warriors series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Go to authormichaelajade.com for more exciting adventures in the Warriors Trilogy, with a fourth soon to arrive. And let's see, here we go. We've got some more comments. Magical stuff from John B. Pica. That's Nightreich, available now on Amazon. And Skunkcracker says, Brian, I get paid by the hour. It's cool. It was mostly that it was 30 minutes of the show that I couldn't listen to live. Oh man. I torched the place then. I'm serious. That is, I'm not serious at all. But anyway, no, it's a shame you didn't get to listen to me. I'm sure that was my best material too. Of course, that's a low bar. Anyway, Cindy Camp says the Dastardly Dingoes podcast can be fun for games. It really is. It's great. I missed it last night. I was looking, get me some dingo there. And Nerd Culture, you want it, you got it, with Ryan Permison, available now on YouTube. And Brian Robin says, well, that's all for me, folks. I hope you do have a wonderful day. And I'll see you tomorrow and tonight on Comic Book Spectrum. Thanks for all you do, Brian. Thank you, brother. Same to you. Bring Cookie home and laugh like the Shadow. Who knows what vein booking Brian will do? The Shadow knows. That's cathartic. Thank you, Brian. Love you, brother. Have a great day. BrianRahman.com. Check him out. And also check him out on, check out his books. He's got all kinds of great ones coming up. And do Amazons play games? You'll have to check out From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. They do. Bullets and bracelets. They hop on their kangas and make it happen. Anyway, please check out From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. Joe D. McPhee puts on a great show every week. And Someone Playing Games with Your Mind, Get Neurosis, available from Amy Hale at authoramyhale.com, also on Amazon.com. And Warriors Are Around, Michaela Jade. See, I told you so. You got to check them out. And Gray talking to us from YouTube. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. How the heck are you today? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. And let's see. We've got, since she mentioned Amy Hale, Amy's going to share her Neurosis for you. You better get yours while you can. It's good stuff. Neurosis by Amy Hale. For great adventure and romance, check out Amy Hale, authoramyhale.com. Short and sassy storyteller. She's amazing. You'll love her work. And since he was here, I'm going to run this one too. Check out The Comic Madness with Pops Van Zandt. If you're into comics of any sort, he's the man to talk to, especially if you want to promote and network with your fellow creators. Pops is the man, and here's why.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Pops is a great guy, and that's a great organization. It's definitely worth your attention. Check it out. Check out Pops Van Zandt on Facebook and YouTube. And Davenport Comic and Toy Show, February 19th through 20th. Free event, North Park Mall this weekend. I don't get to play because she's not brave enough to travel when winter things happen. I get it. But a gazillion vendors with other cool stuff will be there. Check out quadcity.com for more information. And from the That's Small Press publisher, Cindy Kemp just asked the sniper after Steve Trevor said, Diana, shield. And yes, they do. In her lore, it is called the contest. That was the contest where back in the day, Diana of Themyscira competed in a contest with her fellow Amazons to see who would represent Themyscira in man's world, and Diana won. So now you know. And Cindy Kemp says a historical fencing guild every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central. It's all fun and games until someone's armor comes apart. Then it's hilarious. Check out the high energy information of Nick Tockert. He's always entertaining. And Comic Related Madness, that's our brother Pops Van Zandt. Check him out on YouTube and Facebook. And Hybrids can be found here. Check out LukeStoneStudios.com. He's got some great comic book work with more on the way, and we're glad he's back and out of the hospital. And Bear Publications has more than powerful stories. You also can get stuff like great coffee cups with the Animal Eye logo upon it, as well as copies of Animal Eye #1 and Animal Eye in digital form 1 and 2. Check them out. And zombies, eek! Eric Hawkins has got plenty of them in the Zombie World of Oz. It's available now on Comixology. And we are John B. Pica is partnered with CB4K2. Well, good deal, John. Yay! And Memoirs of an Angel with a Nebulizer. That's at BrianRahman.com, where we hope he keeps breathing. And Stormgate Press has the adventures at stormgatepress.com. New pulp adventures coming your way with more come down the turnpike that you are going to dig. And Hyper Sandy Books has reviews from The Land Down Under. I love that song. And check it out. They're on YouTube. Check out their book reviews and all that they do. And so we are caught up once again. Yay! And don't forget, folks, if you like this show, have enjoyed any moment of it, or plan to at any time in the immediate future, please subscribe. We would love it. My bloated ego demands it. All right. Because it makes me happy when the numbers go up. But anyway, please check it out. All right. Please consider subscribing on YouTube. And also, if you're watching on Facebook, please like, share, and subscribe. We've got most of our people on the YouTube thing, and thanks to Ryan Permisson and William Pace. William, good to see you here. Thank you for liking the show, brother. And Cindy Kemp, Brian Rahman, Keisha Acuff, and Will Schuyler all love the show, and I love all of you. Thank you for doing that. I really genuinely appreciate it. And help for the hurting. That is the mission of Victoria Adams in an entertaining way. Check out her books available on Amazon. She is terrific. And for the Small Press Publisher, Brian is a student too. Diana, Nubia, and Arana, who will be replaced by Artemis, won said contest. That's true, at varying times. That is true. So I liked Artemis, especially back in the 90s. She temporarily became Wonder Woman. And it was kind of fun because we talk about legacy characters. There was a time, and especially with what's maybe coming up in the next few months with the Dark Crisis coming up. But there was a time when there was a new Batman, as in Azrael. There was a new Wonder Woman with Artemis, and there were 4 Supermans. So and Kyle Rayner replaced Hal Jordan, who became the Spectre, replacing Jim Corrigan. And then was it? We had Wally West at the time, who long ago many years before replaced Barry Allen, who's now back. In fact, all of them are back now. But anyway, trolls are heroes too. If you check out SL Roland, you'll learn how heroic they are. Check out that address there, and not the same one. Yeah, I know. And CityCap says Yellow Dragons has an anthology with weird takes on familiar topics. Good stuff. YellowDragonsBooks.com. Meet the Dragons. And Denver Martires does Animalized Colors. Check them out at deviantart.com/the Raider05. And great colors. Really works well with Roll Cruise on Animal Eye. The new physical copy of Animal Eye is coming soon from Bear Publications, and that's something to look forward to. And Rick Bradley says, so I have about 4 months worth of ideas on subjects for R&D gaming, but if there is anything other people can think of, let him know. I definitely want people to feel like they are a part of the show. The true spirit of gaming is all inclusive. Amen. So let me know if you have any ideas for discussions we could have. Very good. And hopefully you will answer questions like we do here. And hopefully you'll be besieged with questions like I am frequently here. But we have caught up once again. And so, Cindy, are you done? If you are done, my dear, please let us know. What do we got going this weekend? Friday night, we're going to go, weather permitting, we're going to go see La Caja Fall at the Civic Theater, downtown Lafayette, Indiana. I played in the production of it. This has been about 7 years ago. I was Francis, the stage manager, and had a blast. It was one of my favorite acting roles ever. And just before I came, in fact, I had moved over here, and it was kind of funny because we lived in Champaign, did theater in Danville, and so it was about an hour each way that we lost, and then we were driving back and forth for the Danville thing, and pretty precarious weather too during an ice storm on our final outing, but we made it home safely. But it was a great show, and there's some fantastic music in it. So Skunk Rocker says, Cindy, what about me? What if I'm not done? Oh, that's a good point. And Rick Riley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, brother. Thank you for being here. And Cindy Camp says, and out of break before I ran out of links, don't forget to tip your host. That's me. Bring Cookie home. Thank you. And sign up for Rising Tide's newsletter. And you can do that at risingtide.pub. And also get the terrors and other cool tales on Patreon. Catch up with you all later. Check out Sarnard76 for vintage cartoonists. And I say catch. And don't forget, excuse me, let me get back here. I had a comment dump. Anyway, please check out CKOEPP.com for a great newsletter, beautifully designed webpage by Damien Waldron. And she's got some great books and novels for sale. Check her out, will you please? And for all she does for the community, please consider picking up even just an ebook as a way of thanking her for all she does for the community. So thank you, Cindy. Mwah. Hope you have a great day. And from this Small Press Publisher Rick, don't forget about collectible card games, CGs. People may have forgotten about the Overpowered game, which featured Marvel, DC, and Image characters of the Versus game, which had Marvel and DC. I still have my cards. I have a Spawn card that I think is hilarious. It shows basically somebody behind Spawn opening up a blaster, and there's this huge hole opening up in Spawn, and the caption reads, well, I guess you do make a better window than a door. So anyway, that was good stuff. And a gentleman tries to let the lady finish first. That's true, but I'm no gentleman, but I did want her to finish first. I'm all about that. And good morning, all. Busy today. Much success. You too, Ted Davies. Check out tomorrow morning with a great show Ted had yesterday morning, and check out on TED Talks, and then check out Comics Unlimited tomorrow morning with Glenn B. Fleming and Ted, and also Drink Under the Davies on Friday nights. And check out Skunk Rocker for cool voice acting stuffs. Definitely check him out. He's crazy talented. And Lurker Mode Engaged from Cindy Kemp. And I definitely want to branch out to board games and RPG ones as well, Joe. Not just video games, says Rick Bradley. Hey, I would love to possibly collaborate with you if you ever decide to do one on the Flux card game. I love Flux, FLUX from Looney Labs. Now, they make various varieties of it. There's a core game, and then you can also get variants such as the animated Batman or Math, believe it or not, or I think there's one on gardening. There's also like Cthulhu, Firefly, a whole bunch of different versions of it. And the idea, the rules are simple: 2 to 4 players. You set down a goal of 2 cards, and if you get both cards, you win. If you display both cards, I should say. Now, or if you or somebody else has one and you have the other, you win if you display your second. But anyway, the idea of the game is draw 1, play 1. And now the thing is, the cards you draw change the rules of the game. It's a fun game. It is so funny. I would love to come on and represent that. That would be terrific. And I'd love to see that too, Rick. So anyway, I bet you'd love to see the end of the show, so you can get back, go about your day. So last call for this today. Oof, Boff, Splat, the Batman 66 Subterranean Blue Grotto Essays is now on sale on Amazon. Check it out. Great contributors, and I'm proud to be a part of that. I'm so happy with that book. And let's see. Okay, I thought we had. There we go. I will do that. There we go. Hit the right button. Anyway, we've got great stuff tomorrow. First of all, we have on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network this afternoon, Dr. John, the original gangsta. He's out and about. He's teaching you how to draw and be creative. He is amazing. And then tomorrow morning, like I said, Comics Unlimited at 10 a.m. with Ted and Glenn. Then Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. all times Eastern now. And Stupid O'Clock at 9 p.m. All kinds of great geeky talk, followed by Last Man Standing with Dan Hollifield and friends. That's always a good time. And then we'll talk about Friday tomorrow night. But anyway, we got, never mind, furthermore, Drinking of the Davies and a Historical Fencing Guild leading into your weekend. All good stuff. And let's check out the comments here. And oh, here we go. Good questions. What about card games like Three Stooges or Guillotine? I forgot about those. Yeah. And you have a good day too, Joe. Have a good one. Glad to see you here as always. And well, now the kid decides to calm down. Everyone have a great day. And later, everyone, take care, Glenn. Take care, Carl. Take care, one and all. And let's see, what else have we got here? Yes, also we want to talk about our Patreon. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a modest financial stipend. And $1 a month gets you access to my now twice weekly blog, and $5 a month also gets you sneak peeks at my work in progress, The Terrors. Coming soon to a bookshelf near you, hopefully yours. But anyway, also many of these people have their own Patreon pages that they populate. So please check them all out. And if you want to find out what we offer for your subscription, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And one more comment here. And Molly Daniels, late to the party. Everyone have a great day, Molly. Mwah, love you, hon. Sorry we're leaving, but hope you have a great day, sweetie. And Rick Bradley, if I can get a hold of the card games, I'd be happy to talk about them. And yes, Brian, you would be welcome anytime, even when we talk about Halo. I love Halo. I love that game. That's one of the things I miss about video gaming. Cookie and I had a great time. But the problem was we went from the one, I don't remember what Halo version it was, but the next version was going to be basically forcing you to become MMORG, where you play with other players, and we just weren't into that. We worked with each other, but we didn't want to like join a league or anything. And we didn't think that was very much fun. But anyway, we also want to thank today's sponsor and our always sponsor. We are sponsored by Rising Tide Publications and by Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Give your paperback or your comic book the cover it deserves. It deserves a great one, and that's just what Plasma Fire Graphics does every time. Check out the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page as well as the PlasmaFireGraphics.com page. See all those great examples, those great published examples, and then contact Jeffrey Hayes from PlasmaFireGraphics.com directly and find out his indie creator-friendly prices. You'll be amazed and pleased. That's Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And what more comments do we have here? Okay, we'll have a great day, Brian, and everyone else. Skunk Rocker, glad to have you here, my friend, as always. And Brian, who told you Halo requires leagues? That's Balderdash. At one point, it made it sound like they were trying to get us all to be like one MMORG family. Now, we saw the latest version does not have that. We are tempted to squander our time playing that thing, or we're just looking for a way to shoot things. Not sure. I played all of them. Was early access player playtester on Halo Infinite. Oh, very cool. I got to do some of the games. We had a game company in Champaign, Illinois that did like, not Red Dead, Red Planet. And then they did one of the better GTA knockoffs, and I got to play test those, so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I miss those games sometimes. But anyway, I know I'm going to miss you guys until I see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. All right? But anyway, if you want to check out what I do, go to risingtide.pub. It has a link to all of our broadcasts, all of our publications, and it's a lot of fun. And also, please sign up for my free monthly newsletter if you would. Next issue goes out March 1st. And let's see, here we go. Nick Tockert says, Halo Infinite is free for multiplayer, and Amanda and I have played religiously since Reach. Is that something I can play on my on our PCs? That's what I'm wondering. Anyway, thank you for that information, Nick. Thank you, as always, my brother. Anyway, I hope you and Amanda and Xander have a great day, my friend. And I hope you have a great day, too. We've got a lot of work to do today. And glad to have it. But anyway, we hope you do something creative today. And we hope that you get ready, just in case you get snowed in, you got stuff to work on, because your art may change the world. You never know. That's what I'm looking at. Anyway, as always, folks, thank you for being here on this show. We are humbled by your constant support, and we hope that you have a fantastic Hump Day, new comic book day. It's a great day full of promise. Go fulfill it, okay? And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great day, one and all. We'll see you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum, and again on Friday and let's see, we got one more comment. And Halo is cross-platform PC and Xbox. Great, Nick. Thank you so much. Appreciate the information. And we appreciate you. Thank you for being here on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network and on Nevermind the Furthermore. We will see you on Friday at 10 a.m. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.